What's going on, my friends? Welcome to another edition of the Convo Sutra. My name's Tarun Shetty, here with another fantastic episode here for you with some familiar faces and a special guest who I'm really excited to have. How about a quick intro for our audio listeners?
I'm Ritu, and I am here because I enjoy talking, and you can hear more of me talking and my thoughts at Ritu Talks on Instagram.
What's up? My name's Richard. I'm here at this podcast combining social time with my friends and generating content at one time. That's it.
I'm crying. Hi, it's Camille Corbett. I am a comedian and Tarun's #1 fan. I started his fan club. You can find it at The Witty Girl on Instagram.
Yeah, thanks, Camille, for being here. So I know Camille from the comedy clubs, and she says Tarun, which is how Americans, white people, Jamaicans say, but Indians say Tarun, which is fine.
Tarun, there's a TH in there?
Yeah, people don't know that, though, unless you're Indian. But
What?
I'm so excited to hear because you're not South Asian, but you're diverse, and you're awesome, and you're super funny. So I was like, Camille, I texted you today. I was like, will you come down? You were like, yes. And I was so happy you came down.
Yeah, I have no life.
And I just want to clarify that the Indian pronunciation of my name is Richard.
You're not serious. There's
I
no
mean,
way.
if you want to Indian it up a little bit, I wouldn't mind.
So Indians roll their R's
No,
too?
he's joking with
Oh,
you.
I was like, there's no way y'all roll your R's too.
Sorry, my
Mine
face is too serious.
Just like mine is Ritu.
No,
Actually, I think that is your name, actually.
Ritu.
Ritu.
I cannot roll my R's.
Oh, it's so fun. Harr.
That's me trying.
There we go. That's a different noise, but I still like it.
Camille, you're Jamaican? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Jamaican.
Oh,
So I'm
Jamaican.
from America, and then my family's from Jamaica.
Do you have like pronunciations that would normally be said a different way in Jamaica versus here in America?
Plantains versus plantains. It's plantains.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's like the main thing that like because people will correct me, and I'm like, no, it's plantains.
Huh. This is very much like Jamaica, right? The vegetation in this podcast studio.
I'm crying. If there's a little bit more weed,
More weed.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess we should have weed because we're Indians, right? Don't we like cultivate marijuana and stuff?
No.
No, we
I'm
don't.
crying. I was like, I've never heard of that.
Like, that stop.
What do we do?
I'm crying.
Your
Yeah, I don't
education on our farming history, agriculture is incorrect.
No.
Although we do have a lot
Yeah.
of opium.
Oh, opium.
I thought that was Afghanistan.
We have it here. I mean, we
Here.
we have it here in the backyard.
I'm crying.
Yeah, I was hanging with the comedians in India, and the one guy was rolling a joint, and it was the worst joint I've ever smoked in my entire
That's
life.
what I imagine.
Yeah, it was like, and he just had
Like bushweed.
yeah, I was like, what is this? I felt like I was smoking tambark or something.
Why is that? It's because bad weed in India?
People probably just
Yeah.
grow it themselves, is what I assume. You know.
You were actually in India.
I was in India, yeah, smoking in a green room at a comedy club. And this guy was just like, we were all waiting for him
In
to
a
roll this
comedy
joint.
club? That's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, and and I think he wanted us to just listen to his stories. So he took like 30 minutes to roll this like really bad joint. And we were all just sitting there being like, okay. And he just kept talking about comedy. And then the joint got to us and I was like, this is so weak, man.
Then you need like hashish. Yeah, that stuff is strong. I had it in Egypt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think they call it ganja or something too. Like, because they have like the festival where they mix in like, I don't know if it's hashish or ganja or something into like milk and they make it like a drink and they have it during holy time.
Ooh,
The Festival of Colors.
that sounds lit. I would do that.
Yeah.
I'm already ready for that.
I'm listening to this. I'm like, we should change the theme of this podcast.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
opium and ganja. Like we should all be like super high.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a solid theme for
How
the
do you
show.
know some of us aren't?
Actually, Richard probably is.
Yeah, my
That's
face
where
is
I
perma
looked.
high. Yeah, no, I smoked weed 2 years ago, and my face has just been stuck like this ever since.
I want to get Camille's perspective from, because you're the new person here. Like, have you done a lot of these like ethnic podcasts and stuff?
Ethnic
I don't know.
podcast.
I feel like that's like the new thing
I'm
now
crying.
in like Hollywood. Like I see like black podcasts, Latina podcasts.
I've been on a lot of black podcasts. I'm not gonna lie. And usually, like, I'm like the woman that's like, no, don't say that. Women are people. We gotta like respect each other equally. But I feel like black podcasts have been around for like a minute, you know? People just talking shit, saying whatever. It's like a vibe. And I've been on like a few white podcasts. They're not as fun, but you know.
This is your first South Asian one.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of Asian podcasts in general, to be honest. Like, I don't think I've been on any Asian podcasts. Yeah.
How do we hold up so far?
Pretty good. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah. We haven't talked too much shit yet, but I don't think we've been boring yet. So I think we're somewhere in between the black and the white podcast.
Yeah. You just gotta drag a woman and then you'll be just like a black podcast. Just call a woman a hoe.
You should have been here for the prior episode. I think that was happening.
I think we did a black podcast last episode.
Yeah. We do a math test halfway through. There's a math quiz.
Spelling bee.
Oh, dude, I would love a spelling bee right now.
I always fail at spelling bees. I'm always like the first one out. Like,
oh, man.
can't do it.
Yeah, I when I got out in my spelling bee in high school, my dad, I had to lie to my dad and tell him that I won. Because if he would have hit me if I...
How old were you?
I was in the, this was in 5th grade. Oh, so this was elementary school.
So much pressure for a 10-year-old.
Oh, yeah. So I lied to him and I told him I won. And then he was like, well, don't you go to the next level? Like, is it, you know? And then I was like, oh, they're not doing the next level this year. And my dad just believed me. And then he went to parent-teacher conference and the teacher told him that I lost. Oh, dude, when he got home, man, that was bad news.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of things happened to you in elementary school.
I know.
Yeah.
You're like the Menendez brothers.
But in one person.
Yeah.
I am the Menendez brother.
Richard's talking about a real thing, though. There's this South Asian parental pressure sometimes. I mean, is that how it is in Jamaican culture? Like, did you feel that pressure from your parents to...
Well, I feel like if you're like a immigrant, whatever, child of immigrants, there's always gonna be like that pressure to do better than they did. But I feel like I didn't get the pressure the most from like my Jamaican side. It was like mostly like my dad, who was like American, because he was like in the NFL and he was like a very high achieving person. So he expected me to like hit the goals that he hit. Like, he wanted me to be a professional golfer. He wanted me to like have all A's and like just be the best at everything I do. And it was like a lot of pressure. And again, he would like try and like beat my ass if I didn't. But I feel like we sort of like butt heads because what I was best at, he hated that I was good at.
What were you best at?
Like being a writer, you know, being a creative, and he hated that. Like, he wanted me to be something logical or like an athlete, which is crazy to me. Like, it's either or. Like, I remember the first time I got published when I was like 15, he said I plagiarized it.
Oh,
Wow.
It was like super weird poem too, though, honestly. Like, it was about like Jesus dying on the cross. Like, I'm
That was
from
your
the
poem?
South, yeah. And like, it was like really pretentious. Like, I copied and pasted the title. Like, it was like some English thing I thought of. I don't even remember what the title was, but then I put into Google Translate Latin, and then it was Latin. I was just like really into like weird poems at that time. I think it was like transcendentalism. So it was like a transcendental poem about Jesus dying on the cross. And yeah, it was the first thing I ever got published.
Good for you.
Very different
Congratulations.
from my vibe. But yeah, like my parents did not approve.
So you would actually fit in well with the Indian culture because
Okay.
be like, oh, you got published at 15. You're Indian. Congratulations.
I'm crying.
I also love how
yeah.
you just like real casually dropped my dad NFL. Like, what? Your dad worked? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
wow.
played. He played in the NFL. He played for the Cleveland Browns.
whoa.
And yeah, he was like, but beyond like being like a great athlete, he also like got full rides to like a shit ton of colleges. He was like a National Merit Scholar, All-American, whatever. So like he did really well. Like, he would always remind me he got like a full ride to Princeton, but decided to like,
Wow.
you know, pursue football instead. And so for me, like, I had all these expectations, and I did become like a National Merit Scholar too. I got a bunch of scholarships and like full rides and stuff like that. But I don't know if the pressure helped. I don't know if the pressure like put any fire under me necessarily, or just stressed me out more. I think I would have done those things naturally regardless.
Well, Richard's dad was a cricketer for the India's
That's
national.
Yeah, you know, he was the best bowler of his generation.
Put that pressure on Richard.
Did you play cricket?
Kidding.
Oh no,
totally
that would have been
I was
crazy.
like, this is the first, but I've heard a lot of firsts, so your experience.
No, my dad did not play cricket. I'm actually really bad at cricket.
Me too.
Have you played?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, yeah, they play in
Jamaican.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, but it sounds like you had more pressure actually than most Indian people. Like, because we just have the pressure of like a doctor or a like smart engineer telling us we have to be successful. Having an NFL player tell you to do something, like I would just be
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah, it was pretty horrible. And I was friends with like mostly like people from like India and like different parts of Asia growing up. And like, cause we all like took the same AP classes in my school would like section us off from everyone else. And yeah, their lives seemed easier than mine.
Yeah,
Like they would
100%.
like do well on the test and they would get rewarded and I wouldn't. They just like my dad would just be like, yeah, that's expected. You're supposed to be a winner. It's like, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
He's an athlete, so there's a lot of discipline there too, right?
Yeah.
So that's like a whole nother ball game.
Terrifying man. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's why you're a comedian? Because I've seen you on stage and you kind of like don't give a fuck on stage.
Yeah. Definitely having a dad like that makes you not give a fuck. For sure. It makes you not care. And especially like because I was able to achieve so many things, just like despite the way that he talked down to me and said that I would never achieve these things. I should have done exactly what he said. And I still was able to do things my way. And it's not just like him. I feel like society as a whole likes to put women down. Like so many people told me not to be a writer and all like stuff like that. And for me, it like just ignoring the noise is how you get to be the best, I think.
Yeah.
you got to ignore the noise
Yeah.
here in LA for sure.
Because it's just everyone's fears and they're projecting on you. They don't know you. You know yourself. You know what you're capable of the most, I feel.
I still get
Yeah.
lost. Sometimes I hear so much stuff around me, I get confused about what my own goals are, and you lose that inner compass.
Dude, you got to just shut people down because a lot of people, they try to like take you down with them. Like I was talking to this one guy and he goes like, me and you, man, we're just hobbyists with comedy. It's like, we're not really doing
He
this.
said
No,
that to you?
Yeah.
I would be so sad.
I was like, what are you talking
and
about,
you.
dude? Yeah, I was like, do not, you don't ever lump me in with you. Like you speak for yourself.
That's upsetting.
I know and I'm just like, delete. Like I literally had to just cut him out.
Yeah, there's no way. Me and you. It's
Yeah,
like,
me and you,
you're
don't
alone
me and you,
in
me.
that.
Yeah, you're alone, dude.
I think, Tarun, just keeping your inner child is important too. Like knowing what you want. Like, what does little Tarun want the most?
What is little?
little Tarun,
Yeah.
oh no.
Sounds like a Disney movie. I love it.
I don't know. I mean,
Or Tarun, sorry.
no, it's okay. I just like drinking coffee and like working out and reading my books. What does Ritu
That's a
want?
vibe.
Yeah.
That might be the same thing.
What does Ritu want?
Drinking coffee.
Yeah, good coffee.
I mean, I don't know. Little Rithu's very adventurous. So, like, I feel like she's wanted a lot of things at a lot of different points and times of life. But I actually do feel like when we're our youngest, we're probably closest to knowing who we are and what we want. It's
agree.
as we grow older that like society and people and all the pressures shape us, and then we become disconnected. Like the first thing that I actually did, believe it or not, Darren, and somebody commented in one of the comments, was I recorded my own podcast.
Oh, good for you.
At 10 years old.
Oh, that's so cute.
No, yeah, not now.
Oh, I was like, you did your own podcast.
No, at 10 years old. In fact, like one of my friends commented on one of the clips from here and was like, I remember, when we were 10, like you recording with the tape recorder and doing like your own little radio show. And I loved doing that. And then that was actually the second thing I did. The first thing I did was when I used to live in an apartment building and I was like 7 years old, I used to direct plays.
What did little Richard want?
Oh my God.
Little dick. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's the Camille I know.
Well, I feel like I've just been roasted so hard. I can't even talk. I feel like we have to come back to me.
No.
What does little Dick want? Little Dick just wants a nice, small, warm place to go.
I'm crying.
No, what do I want as I think, no, I always wanted to do something big. Oh, I wanted to be a rock star. That's what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
On the
I used
tabla?
Yo, yeah. No, I just, I love music. I was like a big Smashing Pumpkins fan, and I was like, yeah, I had my guitar. I have all those stupid stickers on it. But actually, so I played music for a while, and my friend was like, dude, you are not good at music. And he was like, me and you, listen, we're just,
Me and you.
he's like, we're just obvious with
That's
the
the
music.
same friend from before.
I'm crying.
No, this was in college, and I made this song and I like mixed it and I played it for like a room full of people, and then afterwards they were all like, yeah, and then my friend took me aside and he was like, dude, this is not good, and then he's like, but you're funny, And he's
That's
like,
a good friend, I guess.
yeah. So
telling you.
actually, he set me on the right track because I was on my way to be a shitty rock star, and now I'm a moderately successful comedian.
Camille, do you find like you have those encouraging friends like Richard had back in the day here in LA?
That would tell me I was bad at things.
No, that encourages your comedy. That tells you like you're good at stuff.
Oh yeah, like for the longest time I refused to do stand up. I was just like not feeling it. I would only like post jokes online and they would always go viral, but I didn't feel like ever like going outside, talking to other comedians, interacting with them, any of that. And then, like, I don't know, like one of my friends finally convinced me to do it. I think it was I was in a writer's room and it was really toxic. And like they needed my jokes, but they also hated me at the same time. They hated everything about me, even though the show's like lead was like basically me, like as a child. And so I was just like, I just need like an outlet, and just being able to tell jokes the way I wanted to and do it how I felt, like, you know, just from my perspective and not tell jokes from some stupid character's perspective made me feel way better. But yeah, it was like, at first I really didn't want to do stand up like at all, but it was just like too many people telling me that I should and that I'm wasting my life not doing stand up.
I like what you said about like not doing stand up as a character, because that's also my goal, is to just speak as authentically as possible. Like I see a lot of comics that will crush, but it's like through a character.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're going to get trapped in that.
They're going to get burnt out.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you know what's interesting about what you guys said is like, that's great. You know, you have people kind of like being your mirror and being like, hey, you're funny, you should do funny stuff. Or like, hey, you know what, you're a good writer, you should do stand up. But then there's a whole progression, like a journey that takes place in between. Like, how did you guys take that leap to be like, oh yeah, these are the things I need to do now to become that? Because it's not like just because you were funny while doing the rock band thing, you're like, no, I'm going to be a stand-up comic. Like something had to have happened. Like, did you go to improv, or like, how did you train for it, or decide, okay, now I'm going to take this thing seriously to monetize from it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I almost drowned in Puerto Rico, and then I was like, and the Coast Guard had to come get me, and like, I was like on Puerto Rican television, and like all these like Puerto Ricans were like, man, look at this stupid American like drowning on this island, and then so I was like, and I
want that experience on stage of drowning the
That's
first 5 years of comedy.
yeah, and I was like, all right, okay, I should do stand up. That was my kick in the butt.
So a near-death experience.
That's what it took for me.
Well, that's what comedy is when you have to suffer, especially LA.
Yeah, doing stand up is like, I feel like Jesus on the cross, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm suffering so much. Like, so in order to do that amount of suffering, it's got to be like a real reason.
Yeah, that's real.
Sorry, that was very controversial.
Richard's hilarious, by the way. I've seen him headline the Comedy Store. I think he has a show coming up, right, Richard?
I have a show on November 10th, the Comedy Store. Headlining, Ritu will be there. It's her birthday.
Yay!
Does that mean you're a Scorpio?
I am.
Ooh, tight.
What are you?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, okay. Lioness hair over
Are you
there.
August 15th?
Yeah.
Oh, we have the same birthday.
What the fuck?
Remember I texted you on your birthday?
We're twins.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we have the same. My dad was a football player, actually, for the Cleveland Browns.
I'm crying.
I'm dead.
I mean, I think he was brown and he was in Cleveland.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Can I say one thing about you, though? We go to the same club every week, and the one thing people always say, they're like, man, Camille's always so happy. Like, that's the one thing. I don't know if you're aware of this. You, like, radiate positivity all the time, even, like, in the shittiest environments. I don't know if you're aware of that, but you do that, like, naturally, and I'm so jealous of you because I'm, like, angry all the time in the back.
Well, I like watching people try, you know?
Yeah.
And like everyone's trying so hard at that club, you know, with like new material or like their old material, they're trying to get it perfect. And I like to be encouraging, like when people put themselves out there artistically. So many people want to be like haters, you know, and like be critical. But it's like just the fact that they came out that night, wanted to perform, and are doing it, I feel like deserves encouragement. Every single day you do a good job is important, you know?
Right. Celebrate
builds
the
you up.
victories.
Yeah. Celebrate like the times you do well. And it's like, I hate when people don't laugh at people's jokes that are funny. It's like, we gotta laugh. And I also come stoned often.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes I do talk to you and you're just like staring and I'm like, what is she looking at?
I was actually wondering if you were now because
No, I am sober right now.
Oh, you
Yeah, because I'm
are?
pregnant,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I am not unfortunately, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm
Wow.
not stoned, but I wish I was.
Is your baby gonna be a Scorpio?
I don't know. Well, it's gonna be Taurus or Aries. I don't know which one.
Okay.
It's like April 26th is my due date.
Yeah, you're right. It's gonna be either or.
Yeah, I find out if it's like a boy or a girl like next week. I hope it's a girl. If it's a
Okay.
boy, I'm gonna kill it. I'm just kidding.
I would support that actually.
Yeah, we have enough men.
We do have enough men because, and also in India, like they do like they kill the baby girls, so it's like,
They do that in India too.
oh yeah,
I think they just like
This
not long
podcast got
ago
dark.
made a law to not do that, but it was common practice in
Yeah.
some villages still.
That's crazy.
And the problem, if you go to India now, there's so many men, there's
Too
not
many.
enough women, so then all these guys are super horny,
Hella thirsty.
hella thirsty.
I've seen the video.
Yeah,
I want to go to India though. I don't care.
dude. They are. I mean,
Dude, you would get hit on nonstop.
I just feel like any woman with a pulse, it seems from the video.
Thank you. Yes. We were talking about that.
Yeah,
in another
100%.
episode.
Yes, that's
Yeah, it wouldn't be a flattering thing, but
yeah. So we need to even that out again. And dude, how like short-sighted is it to kill baby girls? It's like, what kind of world are you putting your boy in? Like, who wants to be in a world with no women? That's just so. It's like, I don't understand the mentality.
You're
So, yeah,
adding to
please.
the repression of men. It's like a
Exactly.
cycle. Yeah.
in Hinduism, can you have multiple wives or no?
No.
So only Muslims can in India.
Well, actually, not in India anymore because
So you can't at all.
technically, by Muslim law, yes, there are allowed.
Yeah.
I think it's up to 5 wives or 4.
As
wives,
many
I'm
as you
not
can
sure.
afford, I think.
No, I think there is a cutoff.
Oh.
There is a cutoff. But I think it got banned in India. So even
Oh.
if you are Muslim in India, I believe.
I have the Quran back here. Let me see.
Yeah. But you know, it's interesting you asked that question about if you can have multiple wives in India because if you're Hindu, because actually I often think about this while it's not the culture now, there was a time when it was like the reign of like kings
That's what I
and
thought, that
queens.
they
and,
could have multiple.
yeah, like when they had kings
Back
and
in the
queens,
day,
like the
yeah.
kings could have multiple queens.
Yeah.
You know, that was a common thing.
Or concubines. What the fuck does that mean? Like, what's that like modern day, like a side
Concubines?
chick?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny, actually.
I feel like
Yeah.
a concubine is just a woman that's tied up in the basement, and you just like make her pregnant, and she just has children. Like she's just like a
No,
she's
I
just like a
thought the
birthing machine.
Oh, it's like Mad Max.
I thought
where he
the
was
concubine
girl.
was
Yeah.
like for fun.
No, a concubine
But
is like
they s-
meant for producing offspring.
Yeah, they still
Like,
can't
yeah.
like fuck on other dudes.
No, yeah.
They're still like the dude's
they're
property.
like property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the status. Like, how do you choose a concubine? Are they just like not of noble birth?
So have things really changed actually in 2024? Because I know a lot of guys who've got these side chicks and
Yeah,
stuff. And
those are concubines,
Yeah.
right? If they
But they're
like,
not having the babies.
but if
They're-
they provide for them, some of them have the babies.
Oh.
Like, look at Nick Cannon. All those
my
girls
God.
are not like his wives. Some are the concubines, you know?
Yeah, Elon Musk has a bunch of kids too, the same way.
Yeah.
He just
Right.
spreads the seed around.
I don't think he like
No, I-
supports the women he impregnates though. He's not giving that.
No, he supports him. Oh yeah.
Like Amber Heard, don't they have a
no, that's not with Elon. Amber Heard.
Everyone says that the baby is
I
Elon
thought Amber
Musk.
Heard was with Johnny Depp.
I think she was
No.
also with Musk.
Oh,
She was
really?
with Elon
she
Musk.
was with
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
a
think they have a kid or
type.
not.
It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
rich.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
everyone
It's
says
rich.
that her baby is like secretly Elon Musk's baby.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Possible, yeah.
Oh.
No, but yeah, no, he just gives the moms like millions of dollars to just take care of all the babies. I mean, he's pretty rich, you know.
he could have 1,000 babies.
That's
Yeah,
what he
100%.
wants.
Yeah.
He could adopt us.
I'm
Oh,
dead.
dude, I would be Elon Musk's child in a heartbeat. Dude, I would love to be neglected by him.
I don't want to be called
you
the N word. You know he slings it. He's from South
know? Yeah,
Africa.
He's African, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way.
But the way he would say it with a stutter, though.
It's really funny.
I wanted to do the impression, but you know, I held
I
back.
don't even know how he sounds.
Oh, he sounds like, well, my name's Elon, and I'm developing AI for Tesla.
And then he thinks he's like the poster child for eugenics, like for white eugenics.
Yeah, I'm like, but it's weird. Like he is like the richest man on earth, so maybe his genetics are the best genetics. You know?
No, that's not how that works.
You know what's really remarkable though for him? He's got all this money and stuff, but he's doing ketamine infusions. The guy's like insanely depressed, which means like, which means like depressed. Money. I always thought money can cure some sadness.
No, yeah, that's what happened to Matthew Perry, right? He was so depressed and he just died in his bathtub with a ketamine injection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of rich people are unhappy.
Well, it's because they can't connect with people. They decide that they're better than other people to the point that they can't connect with other people, and then they have no one to relate to.
I also feel like part of it is like nothing is ever enough, and then it ends up reflecting on them feeling like they're not enough. So like,
but they choose that. They're actively choosing that perspective because there's normal people. Like Mark Zuckerberg, he has a wife, you know, Jeff Bezos, he has like a partner.
Yeah.
It's like the weirdos that can never settle down that always are sad, you know?
Wait, are you a weirdo if you don't settle down though? I'm single. Am I a weirdo? I guess I am.
I think it's weird if you're like super successful person and you don't want anyone to support you and can be truthful to you and can always stand beside you.
But don't you think sometimes I feel like you have to be like that to be successful?
No, that's a myth. That's again dehumanizing yourself. It's like the Citizen Kane effect. You don't need to dehumanize yourself in order to be successful.
Huh. Interesting.
Wait, so are you just
I
saying
love
that like
that. So well said.
Are you saying that having a kid like and a wife would just hold you back because you don't have time?
Like as soon as I stopped like dating seriously, like I wrote my book, I got some development stuff, like all this stuff started happening when I stopped making women the focus of my. Like I used to be, I got to marry an Indian girl. I got to get married by this age. And I let all that shit go. And then my career started moving forward. So now I've gotten back in my head. If I get in a relationship, I'm going to be hampered.
I can't relate. I'm so boy crazy. I'm crying.
You know, no, but I like this because I've had that feeling like, oh, if I get a girlfriend and have a kid, like, am I going to not be good at stand-up anymore? But
there's no way.
Yeah, but I'd be better at stand-up, right? Because
you'd have more to talk about.
Yeah.
But maybe like you couldn't hang out as much. But is that like a bad thing?
No, I don't want to hang out at the Comedy Store past midnight. No.
I also feel like there's a component of like bringing things in harmony. Everyone always strives for balance, but I actually don't think balance exists because balance means that 50% here, 50% here. But harmony is kind of like when you're playing music, you know, all the symphonies kind of just like flow in harmony to create a beautiful song. So it's kind of like if you can bring things in harmony, it's not going to be equal, but it's going to just synchronistically fit in. And imagine if you were in a relationship, then you wouldn't have time to kind of meander here and there or be like oogling at women or whatnot or whatever, you know?
I like to oogle when, yeah.
You know, you'd kind of
and
just
I'm like
be
not allowed to for some reason.
You'd be a little bit more concentrated and focused because you're like, okay, I got my person, I got the support that I want, I got my, you know, somebody who's going to ask me if I've had dinner, etc. That's checked off. And now I can focus on the other things in life that are important.
I feel like for men, it can only add. For women, it can definitely take away.
Yeah, because you're babysitting.
There's some like weird statistic that says like it takes like 20% away of your time as a woman to be in a relationship, but actually make men's life easier. But
Really?
Yeah.
This is written by a woman, I guarantee you.
No, it's true. That's why the happiest women are single and married, childless women. But
cat ladies.
I know, literally, they're the happiest because they don't have to be responsible for anyone. But I do think at the same time, you do need that partnership if you want to build something really strong. You don't want to be lonely, you know?
Yeah.
We all die alone anyways.
Allegedly.
What do you mean allegedly?
I mean, I don't know. I recently watched the Menendez show. They died with their whole family, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, I guess
Family
my son
time.
shoot through the shotgun. I'll die my wife.
Died surrounded by people I love. That's solid.
Well, I guess we can agree to disagree because I feel like I don't know. I hear what you're saying. You make good points, but
Tarun's like, fuck bitches.
no,
Get money.
I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here if I was in a relationship right now because this thing takes up all my time. And then
what would
then
you be
I'm
doing? Like pussy worshiping?
Camille just breaks all ground here. We've covered a lot of topics. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you see me at the comedy clubs. I never chase women at clubs. I'm just
Yeah.
like, get me up, get me out of there, or I'm going back eating my cereal at home. And
That sounds really,
Sad.
yeah. Thank you.
why is it sad though? I
Had
mean,
a girlfriend or a wife, you would come home to some warm food.
it's all relative. Warm. Oh, that's so funny. I just got that. I'm just saying it's all relative. Like, what is sad? What is happy? It's like,
Yeah, Tarun's chasing that mic.
no, I'm not even chasing the mic anymore.
done.
I'm just chasing other stuff. You live the single bachelor thing.
Yeah, I'm trying not to anymore. I just find LA is very tough for dating. I would definitely love to do it. But man, when I was in Indonesia, these girls were all up on me. Like, and I was like, oh, I could just get myself a little, a little Asian lady. And
Go
bring
on
her
90
over
Day
here.
Fiance. I
Oh,
love that
100%.
show.
Oh, dude, I love that show. Dude, I'm like, these women are so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can find some like highly educated, subservient women outside this country.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm done.
Intelligent and submissive. Oh,
I'm crying. Yeah, I did my Fulbright in Turkey, and like so many dudes that I came to Turkey with like went and married Turkish women, and it was just like, okay, I get it. I see you. You want someone that'll do everything you say and has a college degree. I get it.
It doesn't even make sense to me what you're saying because because at the same time it's like I want you to be submissive, but I also want you to take care of your own shit. And I want you to like also be independent, but I also want you to depend on me. Like, come on.
But women like that exist. That's the thing. If they didn't exist.
I just want a nice lady.
Aw.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Like
feel
your
like
mom?
my mom is so nice. Yeah, I want like American women are so mean.
Amen.
They're just like mean. They just like call you names and then they like tell you you're a bitch and stuff like that. Like
I
just
do
want
that.
Yeah, I just want a woman. I want a woman that just doesn't call me a weak bitch.
A woman that'll see you as a man.
Yeah.
With a green card.
Exactly. Oh, this green card feels so strong.
So what if she wanted to just come to America and then she left you for an American man?
Yeah, that's awful. I don't want that.
I mean, that could happen though.
That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could definitely
That's a
happen.
possibility. But on both sides, like women that do that as well, that happens. I remember that happened to one of my friend's moms growing up, and then she became super racist after that because like the dude was from Lebanon.
Oh.
She was like, I don't trust those people because he left her for her hijabi.
Everybody
Yeah.
can change. That's what you're saying. Everybody can change.
Yeah,
in
their
some form.
minds.
Yeah.
Like you're like just marrying someone doesn't mean that you're like trapped in a relationship with them forever. A lot of people view that like if you bring someone from another country over, that they're now your slave. That's not how
Okay.
it works.
Then I'll go to her country.
Oh yeah, that
That'll work.
90 Day the other way. I love that one
She
too.
can be my slave in her own country.
Yeah.
I'm crying. The dollar will be stronger there.
Oh yeah. Oh
You could be submissive in like Japan or something.
Oh yeah.
Some
wait, you want? I don't know. I don't want to be submissive.
Be submissive to a Japanese woman.
But they
Oh my
already
god, dude.
you're making tea in the
No,
morning.
like okay, I'm submissive by American standards, so that's why I have to go to Asia because they're so submissive. So she's gonna be 100% submissive. I'll be 75% submissive. So that way I'm dominant. You know what I mean?
I'm crying. You'll cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Guys, find Richard on the dating apps, and he will not be submissive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A dominant man.
We got some plugs. Ritu, what do you want to plug? You have a website?
Yes, I do. I'm doing a relaunch of my coaching and retreats and wellness business. So you can find me on Instagram for that as well.
The only thing I want to plug is November 10th at the Comedy Store. I'm going to do an hour. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm going to talk about all sorts of stuff. I'm going to talk about my mom. I'm going to talk about love of submissive women. It's all covered. Come on.
And so your love of your mom and submissive women, it's not mutual, like the exclusive things. Oh no.
Is my mom submissive? Yeah, my mom is submissive. Yeah. But
To
she's-
you or just to your dad?
You know what?
Find out November 10th.
Yeah, find out November 10th.
Okay.
I think she's a switch.
Anything you want to plug?
You can find me at The Witty Girl on Instagram, and you can check out my film, The Island. The link is in my bio there.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for coming by. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
I love you, and I'm sure I'll see you soon at the clubs.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Please join our Patreon. We got some extra bonuses there, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks. Take care.